Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to put a RCI transfer case skid plate on this 2021 Lexus GX460. Comes in two boxes, two shipments. There's the cross member that's going to support the skid plate. So basically you're going to add a new cross member onto the vehicle. And then you're going to add the skid plate. Cross member is well built. It's built out of steel. And the skid plate can be either steel or aluminum. We chose aluminum. You get some hardware to go along with it. And that's pretty much it as far as parts go. Now, this install applies to Lexus GX460 as well as pretty much every 4Runner, I believe. So if you have a 4Runner, this will apply to your application as well. Generally speaking, the first thing you're going to have to deal with is these I think it's a KDSS hydraulic line. It's basically hydraulic line. You're going to have to remove that bolt, slide your cross member up under there, and then proceed to find another bolt hole on the opposite side of where this cross member is going to go. Now in this installation, you're going to spend most of your time fumbling around trying to get the bolts to, not the bolts in, but basically going to fumble around with your wrenches. So just get ready for that. The clearance is what it is. It's not fun at all. But you're only dealing with two bolts here. But the clearance is a bit of a challenge. So just get ready to use your extensions, and you'll be good to go. There's just two bolts, one on either side. I'd go ahead and let this cross member hang. I pushed it up tight against the frame, but you know the two bolts have slotted holes they go into, and the whole the weight is going to pull down on that eventually. So I don't think it's necessary to push the cross member tight up against the frame of the vehicle, but yeah, do whatever you want. We did go ahead and push it up, as you can see, tight against the vehicle. Even use the jack. This is the setup you want for this bolt. Long 13, universal, little extension, long extension. And then you'll be able to get on that bolt, but not too tight because it's just 22 foot-pounds. That's all you want. Okay, again, using the jack to get that cross member up tight against the frame. And I'm not even sure that was necessary, but you know, like I said earlier, I think, you know, with only two bolts holding it back there, it's going to end up sliding down. It'll make sense when you install it, but do whatever you want. Anyway, get now to the transmission skid plate. Rearward bolts, so those two, go ahead and loosen those. And depending on how you're set up and if you needed to use spacers or not, you're gonna have to mess around with spacers here essentially. At first I thought I didn't need to put any, or actually thought I need to remove three spacers and the spacers were just basically three washers underneath of those bolts. So took out three washers as spacers, and tried to get the skid plate under there. But as you'll see here in a moment, we ran into a clearance issue with the exhaust pipe, the exhaust crossover pipe. So keep that in mind, that this plate is going to get close to the exhaust pipe, and you may have to add spacers or remove spacers or do what you need to do to clear that. You'll see here in a moment how we came close to too close for comfort with the plate hitting the exhaust pipe, so we had to go ahead and space it out again. Okay, once you get those two front bolts, or the 4 front bolts in loosely, then you're going to attach the plate to the cross member with these kind of square necked bolts and some lock washers. Access is tight, but you can get in there pretty fine with a wrench. Taking a look, that exhaust is really close. 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch. So spacers, I think, are in order. Comes with these type of spacers, which I believe slide in this area, and that'll space it away from the exhaust pipe. So go ahead, and these are just snug, not super tight, but I can tell when I tighten them up, they're just gonna pull it closer to the exhaust plate. So I'm gonna go ahead and space those out next. Okay, so it's back to the drawing board here. We're gonna have to add more spacers to clear that exhaust pipe, crossover pipe. So basically, we're gonna go ahead and bag off the bolts and add a bunch of washers. In our case, it was 4 washers, and that cleared the exhaust pipe by about 1/4 inch, which is plenty. Okay, so grab your torque wrench and torque everything down. 22 foot-pounds is stock, that's what they recommend, and that's the final product. Looks good. We chose aluminum again, you can choose steel. Aluminum was chosen here for weight savings, and that's the only reason we chose aluminum. And everything looks good. That's pretty much it. We did miss a washer here on one of the bolts, so that bolt there, I forgot to put a washer, flat washer, so I went ahead and backed it off and put the flat washer back in, and I think I added a lock washer too, so no big deal, but that's it. So if you found this video helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you, and have a great day.